The day I realized I was the backup plan. The first sign wasn't the cheating. It was the calendar. I noticed it on a Tuesday night while I was updating our shared schedule on the fridge. Work deadlines, school events, birthdays, normal life. Then I saw it. 3 weekends in a row, blocked out in gray. Girls trip, wellness retreat, team offsite. Different labels, same handwriting, same timing. I didn't say anything. That's important. People always ask later, didn't you notice? I did. I just didn't react. My wife, Megan, had always been careful. Too careful. The kind of person who rehearsed conversations before having them, who smiled at the right moments, who never raised her voice. We'd been married 9 years. No kids. Not yet, she always said. She worked in HR, I worked in logistics. I made less, but I made enough. We split expenses evenly. Or at least that's what I thought. The night before her third trip, she packed quietly while I watched TV. "You're not even pretending to be excited anymore," I said casually. She laughed. "It's work, I'd rather be home." She kissed my forehead. A soft kiss, the kind you give someone when you're already halfway gone. That weekend, I didn't miss her. I felt lighter, and that scared me. On Sunday evening, I got a message from an unknown number. No greeting, no explanation, just a photo. It was Megan, sitting at a candlelit table. Across from her, another man, his hand on hers, her wedding ring off. The next message came seconds later. "I'm sorry, I didn't know she was married." My heart didn't race. It slowed. That's when I knew something fundamental had shifted. I thanked him. He seemed surprised. Then I did something that would later change everything. I didn't confront her. I didn't cry. I didn't tell anyone. Instead, I opened a new folder on my laptop and named it Contingency. The things you learn when you stop asking questions. Megan came home Sunday night just after 10. I heard her keys before I saw her. She moved quietly, like someone entering a stranger's house. "Hey," she said, dropping her bag by the door. "Flight was delayed." I muted the TV. "Rough weekend?" I asked. She sighed, leaning against the counter. "Exhausting. I might take tomorrow off." I nodded. She didn't smell like hotel soap. She smelled like someone else's cologne. Not strong, not obvious, just wrong. Still, I said nothing. That night, while she slept, I rolled onto my side and stared at the wall. I wasn't angry. Anger wants release. This was something colder. The next morning, she left early, didn't kiss me goodbye. That was new. I waited 10 minutes, then opened her laptop. I wasn't proud of it. I was efficient. She'd always said, "If you don't trust me, you shouldn't be married to me." Turns out, trust was just a shortcut. Her password was the same one she'd used for years. I didn't look at messages. I looked at spreadsheets. That's where people hide things when they think they're smart. There it was, a shared Google Drive. Folder name, Future Options. Inside, budgets, timelines, notes. My name appeared exactly 12 times, always in the same context. Stability, fallback, temporary. Her lover's name, Daniel, appeared 87 times, highlighted, bolded. There was a document titled Exit Strategy Phase 1. I closed the laptop carefully. No shaking, no panic, just clarity. At work, I couldn't focus. Not because I was emotional, because I was impressed. Megan hadn't just cheated, she'd planned. She was waiting until Daniel's startup stabilized, until she could transition cleanly. I was the safety net, the quiet life she'd outgrown but still needed. And suddenly, everything made sense. The separate finances, the lack of kids, the way she discouraged me from taking risks. That night, she asked me something strange. "If something happened to us, would you be okay?" I smiled. "Yeah," I said. "I always land on my feet." She relaxed. That's when I understood my role perfectly. I wasn't her husband. I was her insurance policy. So I did what any rational person would do. I stopped playing my part. Quietly. I changed passwords. I opened a separate bank account. I updated my resume. And then, just for myself, I wrote the single sentence in my contingency folder. Let her feel safe. Because the best revenge doesn't come from confrontation. It comes from letting someone believe their plan is working. The numbers don't lie. People do. By Thursday, I knew exactly how much my silence was costing me. It wasn't emotional damage. It was financial. I took the afternoon off work and went somewhere Megan never would have looked for me. A public library across town. Old building, spotty Wi-Fi, no cameras pointed at the desks. I logged into everything. Bank accounts, retirement, investments. That's when I saw it. A transfer request sitting in pending approval. $180,000 from our joint savings. Destination, Daniel Cross Consulting, LLC. The note attached read Bridge Capital, short term. Short term. That's what you call theft when you're polite about it. The timestamp was 2 weeks old, meaning she'd already tried and failed because joint approval was required, because I still existed, for now. I didn't cancel the transfer. I didn't decline it. I left it there. Instead, I opened a new tab and searched Daniel Cross. His LinkedIn was impressive. Founder, visionary, disrupting legacy systems. Translation, burning investor money with confidence. Then I searched court records. That's where the real story lived. 3 LLCs dissolved in 5 years. 2 lawsuits for unpaid contractors. 1 quiet settlement with an ex-girlfriend who'd loaned him startup capital. She never got it back. I leaned back in the chair and smiled. Megan wasn't in love. She was being sold a dream, and she was about to fund it with my life savings. That night, I played dumb. How was work? I asked. Busy, she said, barely looking up from her phone. Daniel again. She didn't even hide it anymore. Hey, she added casually, I might move some money around, just temporarily. I took a sip of water. How much? She hesitated. Maybe 6 figures? I laughed softly like it was a joke. For what? An opportunity, she said. You wouldn't get it. That was my confirmation. She wasn't asking, she was testing. I nodded, if you think it's smart. She smiled, and just like that, I was promoted, from husband to accomplice. The next morning, I called a lawyer. Not a divorce lawyer, a forensic accountant. Her name was Rachel Lynn. She didn't ask me how I felt. She asked me what I wanted protected. Everything, I said. She paused. Then don't confront her. Good, I wasn't planning to. Within 48 hours, Rachel had mapped our financial life like a crime scene. Every transfer, every shared asset, every liability Megan was quietly shifting away from herself. She's setting you up to absorb the risk, Rachel said flatly. If the business fails, you're on the hook. If it succeeds, she leaves clean. Can we stop it? Yes, but stopping it tips her off. I thought about that. No, I said. I want her comfortable. Rachel studied me for a long moment. Then she smiled. That's dangerous, she said. I know. That weekend, Megan suggested a trip. Just us, she said. Reconnect. I agreed immediately. We drove north, stayed at a cabin. She drank wine, she talked about the future, about freedom, about starting over. Every sentence excluded me. She didn't notice. She was too busy auditioning for a life she thought she'd already won. That night, while she slept, I went through her phone. Not messages, calendars. She'd blocked off a date 3 months out, marked in red. Transition complete. That was the day she planned to leave. I took a photo. Then I left the phone exactly where it was. On Monday, I approved the transfer. All $180,000. I watched the confirmation email hit our inbox. Megan hugged me that night. Longer than usual. You won't regret this, she said. I hugged her back. I know it, I said. And I meant it. Because the moment the money moved, so did something else. Liability, ownership, responsibility. Rachel had made sure of that. The funds were now traceable, conditional, recoverable. If Daniel's company collapsed, and it would, someone would be held accountable. And it wouldn't be me. I wasn't angry anymore. Anger clouds judgment. This was precision. She thought she was executing a plan. She didn't realize she'd stepped into mine. All I had to do now was wait. The document she didn't expect me to read. The document came wrapped in confidence. Megan slid it across the kitchen table on a quiet Thursday night, right after dinner, like it was just another bill or insurance form. I need you to sign this, she said lightly. Just standard stuff. I looked at the cover page. Personal guarantee agreement. I didn't react. That's the key to surviving moments like this. Never show surprise when someone is betting on you being careless. What's it for? I asked. Daniel's company, she replied. The bank needs it finalized so the funding clears completely. I flipped the page slowly. Too slowly to be suspicious. Too carefully to miss anything. The language was dense, legal, deliberately exhausting, but I didn't need to read all of it. I went straight to the numbers. If Daniel's company failed, I would be personally liable for $420,000. Not Megan, me. She had structured it so my income, my credit, my long-term stability were the collateral. She watched my face closely. I smiled. Shouldn't we have a lawyer look at this? I asked. Her shoulders stiffened for half a second. Then she laughed. It's boilerplate. Everyone signs these. That's when I knew. This wasn't desperation. This was premeditation. She hadn't just cheated on me. She was planning to exit me. I picked up a pen. Sure, I said. I trust you. Her relief was immediate. Too immediate. She didn't even notice I hadn't signed yet. I'll do it in the morning, clear head. She kissed me, satisfied. That night, she slept like someone who thought the hardest part was over. I didn't sleep at all. The next morning, I took the document to Rachel. She read it once, then again. Then she looked at me. She's trying to burn you alive, she said calmly. I figured. This agreement overrides your joint asset protections, she continued. If you sign this, she walks away clean, even if everything collapses. Can we flip it? Rachel's smile was slow. Yes, she said, but it requires patience. I have that. She nodded. Good, because this only works if she believes you're still useful. Daniel's company started to wobble 2 weeks later. Small things at first. Delayed payments, a supplier pulling out, an investor quietly backing away. Megan became restless, snappy. She checked her phone constantly. One night, she snapped at me for loading the dishwasher wrong. Another sign people miss, when guilt turns into irritation. She wasn't angry at me. She was angry that I still existed. Then came the call. She stepped outside to take it, but I could hear her through the open window. No, that's not what we agreed. Pause. I already transferred the money. Longer pause. Her voice dropped. You promised. When she came back inside, her face was tight. Everything okay? I asked. Fine, she said too quickly. Just startup drama. She poured herself a drink. Didn't offer me one. That night, she asked again about the document. Did you sign it? Almost, I said. I had one question. Her eyes flicked up. What question? What happens if Daniel's company fails? She hesitated. Then she said the line she'd practiced. That won't happen. I nodded. But if it does, I pressed gently. She exhaled sharply. Why are you being difficult? There it was. Not concern, not reassurance, annoyance, because I wasn't playing my role anymore. I just want to understand what I'm agreeing to, I said. She stared at me like she was seeing me for the first time and realizing she didn't like what she saw. 2 days later, Daniel's company missed payroll. That's when Rachel made her move. She filed a notice of financial interest, quietly, legally, tying the initial $180,000 transfer to conditional joint ownership, not a gift. Daniel's company was now partially entangled with our joint assets, and Megan hadn't disclosed that to him, or to the bank, or to his other investors. Which meant one thing. If the business went down, everyone would start asking questions, and Megan would be at the center of all of them. That evening, Megan came home pale. They need more money, she said. How much? I asked. Everything, she whispered. I reached across the table and took her hand. We'll figure it out, I said. She squeezed back, desperate now, trusting me again. She had no idea the document she wanted me to sign was about to become the reason she couldn't escape. When the exit door locked from the outside, Daniel called me for the first time on a Monday morning. Not Megan, me. That alone told me everything. Hey, he said, trying for casual. This is Daniel. Megan's mentioned you. I leaned back in my chair at work, closed my office door, and smiled. Of course, I said. How can I help? There was a pause, the sound of someone recalibrating. Well, things are moving fast, he said, and I thought it might be good if we talked directly, man to man. Translation, I need something from you. I let him talk. He rambled about vision, market shifts, temporary cash flow issues. He used words like bridge, pivot, short-term pain. People always do when they're drowning. Megan said you're the financial backbone, he added. I just wanted to say how much I appreciate your support. There it was, support. I'm glad to help, I said evenly. As long as everything's transparent. Silence. Then, carefully, what do you mean by that? I mean, I replied, I've been reviewing the structure, the ownership, the guarantees. His breathing changed. Didn't Megan tell you? He asked. No, I said. What should she have told me? Another pause, longer this time. I think maybe you should talk to her. Click. He hung up. That night, Megan didn't come home until after midnight. When she did, she didn't take off her coat. She stood in the kitchen, arms crossed, like someone preparing for a confrontation. Did you talk to Daniel today? Yes, I said. Her eyes narrowed. Why? He called me. That wasn't necessary, she snapped. This is my thing. Is it? I asked quietly. She froze. What's that supposed to mean? It means, I said, standing slowly, that your thing involves my money, my credit, and apparently my silence. Her face flushed. You're overreacting. No, I replied. I'm finally reacting appropriately. She laughed, sharp and humorless. You always do this. You wait too long, then you act like a martyr. I didn't argue. I walked to my desk drawer and took out a folder. Contingency. I set it on the table. Her eyes flicked to it. What's that? Everything, I said. Bank statements, transfer confirmations, the unsigned guarantee, a copy of the ownership notice Rachel had filed. I watched her flip through the pages, watched the color drain from her face. You went behind my back, she whispered. Yes, I said, just like you did. She slammed the folder shut. You had no right. I had every right, I replied. We're married, or did you forget that part? She looked at me like she was seeing a stranger. This wasn't supposed to happen, she said quietly. And that was the truth. She hadn't planned for resistance. She'd planned for compliance. The next day, Daniel's investors pulled out, all of them, simultaneously. Funny how that happens when legal notices start circulating. By Thursday, the bank froze Daniel's accounts pending review. By Friday, Megan was being asked questions at work. HR questions, compliance questions, the kind that come with consequences. She came home shaking. They think I manipulated marital assets, she said. They think I lied. I poured her a glass of water. Did you? She stared at me. For the first time, she didn't answer. That night, she didn't sleep in our bed. She slept on the couch. By morning, she was on her phone constantly. Lawyers, Daniel, someone crying on the other end. I stayed calm. That unnerved her more than anger ever could. On Sunday evening, she finally asks the question she'd been avoiding. What do you want? I thought about it. I want out. Cleanly. Fairly. She scoffed. After all this? Yes, I replied. Because now we're equal. She laughed bitterly. You ruined everything. I didn't argue. I know, I said. I just refused to be ruined quietly. That night, I slept better than I had in months, because the truth was finally out. And Megan had realized something far worse than being caught. She had realized she was trapped, not by me, but by her own plan. The price of silence. Mediation was scheduled for a Wednesday afternoon. Neutral office, frosted glass walls, a long table designed to make everyone feel equally uncomfortable. Megan arrived early. I arrived prepared. Her lawyer was young, aggressive, and already annoyed. Mine was older, quieter, and had the patience of someone who had seen this exact situation destroy people who thought they were clever. The mediator began with the usual language: resolution, cooperation, mutual respect. Megan nodded at all the right moments. I said nothing. When it was my turn to speak, I slid one document across the table. Not everything, just enough. A timeline, dates, amounts, connections between accounts Megan insisted were unrelated. The room shifted. Her lawyer stopped tapping his pen. The mediator adjusted his glasses. Megan stared straight ahead, jaw tight. These transfers, the mediator said carefully, occurred without spousal disclosure. They weren't transfers, they were temporary reallocations. I finally spoke. Temporary, I said, doesn't mean secret. Her lawyer leaned in and whispered something urgently to her. She shook her head. No, he's exaggerating, he always does. My lawyer slid forward the second document. The email. Sent from Megan's work account. Forwarded to Daniel. Subject line, worst case scenario. It outlined how long it would take me to notice the missing funds, how she'd smooth it over, how divorce would still leave him comfortable. Silence swallowed the room. The mediator cleared his throat. This changes the posture of the negotiation, he said. Megan's face collapsed, not into tears, into calculation. We took a break. In the hallway, Megan cornered me. You're enjoying this, she hissed. No, I said calmly. I'm ending it. You're destroying my career. I looked at her. You destroyed it the moment you treated me like an asset instead of a partner. Her eyes flashed. You think you've won? I shrugged. I think the truth finally showed up. Back inside, the tone had shifted. Megan's lawyer was no longer aggressive. He was cautious. They asked for concessions. I offered structure. Assets split equitably. No spousal support. Full cooperation clause. Mutual non-disparagement. But there was one condition: confidentiality. Her lawyer latched onto it instantly. Yes, he said, of course, we agree. Megan stared at him. What? She snapped. Why would we? He leaned in. Because it's the best outcome you're going to get. She looked back at me. You're blackmailing me. No, I said. I'm giving you an exit ramp. The mediator nodded slowly. Confidentiality benefits both parties, he said. Megan's hands shook. She realized something then. I wasn't threatening her. I was protecting myself, and she was the risk. The agreement was drafted within 48 hours, signed on Friday, filed on Monday. Just like that, 15 years ended in 12 pages. That night, Megan packed a suitcase. At the door, she paused. "You never loved me," she said. I didn't answer. Because love had nothing to do with this anymore. Trust did, and she had buried it herself. 3 weeks later, Daniel was charged. Financial misrepresentation, breach of fiduciary duty. His investors turned state evidence. Megan wasn't charged. The confidentiality clause did its job. She kept her job, barely. Her reputation, however, had a faint crack running through it, the kind people notice eventually. One evening, Rachel called. "It's over," she said. "Everything's finalized." "Good," I replied. "You okay?" she asked. I looked around my apartment. Smaller, quieter, peaceful. I'm better than okay. Because revenge wasn't about punishment. It was about reclamation. And I had taken back every piece of myself I'd handed away in good faith. What remains after the fire? 6 months passed without contact. No texts, no emails, no accidental run-ins. That was the real consequence Megan hadn't anticipated. Not the divorce, not the money, not even Daniel. It was the silence. When someone builds their identity around control, silence is deafening. I changed apartments. Nothing dramatic, just a smaller place closer to work, with windows that caught the morning light. I sold the house quietly, split the proceeds exactly as the agreement dictated, and moved on before nostalgia could negotiate. People asked questions. I gave neutral answers. Sometimes things don't work out. That sentence ended most conversations. The ones who pushed didn't deserve details. Rachel invited me to dinner one night. "You seem lighter," she said, handing me a glass of wine. "I stopped carrying something that wasn't mine," I replied. She studied me. "Do you ever miss her?" I considered it. "I miss the version of her I thought existed." Rachel nodded. "That's normal." "No," I said. "It's finished." And I meant it. The final realization came unexpectedly. I was in line at a coffee shop downtown when I heard my name. I turned. Megan stood there, thinner, sharper around the edges. Her clothes were immaculate, but they wore differently now, like armor instead of confidence. "Hi," she said. "Hi." An awkward pause stretched between us. "You look well," she said. "So do you." A lie, but a polite one. She glanced at the menu, then back at me. "I heard you changed jobs." "Yes. You always said you didn't want to." I said a lot of things when I was trying to keep peace. She winced. "Daniel?" I asked. Not because I cared, because it was inevitable. Her jaw tightened. "He's gone," I assumed. Another pause. This one heavier. "You underestimated me," she said finally. There it was. Not an apology, not regret. A calculation corrected too late. "I know," I replied. She laughed softly, bitter. "You were always so quiet. You thought silence meant weakness." She didn't deny it. "I never thought you'd do all this." I met her eyes. "I didn't do anything. I just stopped protecting you." That landed harder than anger ever could. When my coffee was ready, I picked it up. As I turned to leave, she spoke again. "Are you happy?" I thought about it. The calm mornings, the steady work, the absence of vigilance. "Yes," I said. "I am." She nodded slowly, like someone accepting a diagnosis. "I'm glad," she said, truly. This time, I believed her. But belief no longer obligated me to stay. That night, alone in my apartment, I opened the contingency folder one last time. The sentence still sat there. "Let her feel safe." I deleted it. Not because it wasn't effective, but because it wasn't necessary anymore. Revenge isn't loud. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't demand witnesses. Real revenge is quiet. It's walking away intact while the other person spends years explaining their version of events to people who stop listening. It's rebuilding without needing validation. It's knowing you saw the truth, faced it without flinching, and chose yourself without cruelty. Megan will tell her story, I'm sure of it, about how things fell apart, about how we grew in different directions, about how I changed. And she won't be entirely wrong. I did change. I learned that loyalty without clarity is a liability, that love without respect is a contract written in disappearing ink, and that staying calm isn't passive, it's strategic. Some nights I still think about the version of my life that almost continued, the one where I never opened that laptop, the one where I stayed useful, safe, temporary. Then I turn off the light, close my eyes, and sleep easily, because that life belongs to someone who didn't know his worth, and I do now.